Joining us now, Cynthia Hill, the Assistant Governor of the Rotary Club of West Bloomfield. And Cynthia, you got the Zoom thing worked out pretty good. We see you. You look great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, I would rather see you in person, you and your wonderful husband, Dr. Hill, but good to see you virtually. Glad we can stay connected, and thank you for joining us today in the Megacast.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's good to have you here. So, Cynthia Hill is, and your husband as well, very involved in Rotary of West Bloomfield. And tell us, how's everything going at Rotary? Are you guys able to meet, stay connected, work on your projects?
Well, we can't meet, of course, although we had our first Zoom meeting last week with our board, and we're having our first Zoom social with our members tomorrow. So we're hoping that most of them will be able to figure this technology out and join us so that we can see them and reach out to them. We're trying to keep our service projects going. That's a little more challenging from the virtual standpoint because most of what we do involves touching people, but we're brainstorming ways that we can connect with the community, ways that we can stay involved with the community, and most importantly, ways that we can help. So we have a few ideas that we're testing out. We have someone, even as we speak, who's out delivering meals for the Meals on Wheels people. And we're just discussing as a group how we can stay involved, stay connected.
You know, it gets to be a challenge that, because we've talked through a lot of different things that we want to do here with the assets that we have. And then you get down the road and you go, well, I don't know if that's compliant with the governor's order, with what the president has said, or with what the county has said. So it gets to be a challenge to do the good work that we know we need to do in this current crisis.
Well, I've been doing some phone calls just to see what is available, where we can help. And a couple of the things that we've explored as a group are obviously donating. There are a lot of causes that need money right now, more money than actual physical help at this stage of the game because of the restrictions that are in place. So there's that possibility for us, but just reaching out and calling people in the community. So one of the initiatives that I think we're going to try is to connect with some of the assisted living facilities. A couple of the people I talked to yesterday indicated that cards and notes would be welcome for residents who need a little bit of support during this very difficult time. So I'm hoping that our group can provide some sunshine in that way. We are trying to think of a way that we can continue one of our service projects with the school district, Rotary Readers. We have about 15 Rotarians who come into an elementary classroom on a weekly or bi-weekly basis to read a story to that particular class. And I think there's a way that we can do that once the spring break is over. I think we can continue that program. We also work with English language learners at the adult level to help them practice their English skills, and that's an extension of a West Bloomfield School District program as well. I think we're close to being able to resurrect that program too. So there are some things that people can do, and we would welcome support and help from anyone in the community who wants to join in with the programs that we're putting together.
Cynthia Hill from West Bloomfield Rotary, if somebody does want to help you financially or offer some other help, how would they do so?
Well, you could reach out through our Gmail account. So it's westbloomfieldrotary@gmail.com. We are on Facebook, although we're not real active. That's another thing that we probably should beef up, but you could messenger us that way as well. So I personally look at most of those messages that are coming, or all of the messages, not most of them, that are coming through our various accounts. So there's that possibility to have an immediate response. And then we have a website, westbloomfieldrotary.org, that has information about what we're doing. So there's another way to stay connected.
Yeah, that's all great, and I thank you very much for sharing that. And I know, you're one Rotary. There are a number of other Rotaries in our service area now, and I know you all talk to each other and share notes and are communicating and seeing if there's anything that you can do collectively and together. And, sometimes just talking to somebody else when we're stuck in our homes, maybe making a phone call, as you recommended earlier, to people that are in nursing homes that can't really have guests, but also, getting some strategery worked out with other, that's an official word, by the way, with other folks and other organizations and other Rotaries. I'm sure that's going on. I'm sure those conversations are happening. We have a lot of really great Rotarians all across Oakland County, and without knowing the specifics of what they're doing, I'm sure there's an awful lot of great work going on.
There is, we're part of a district of 53 clubs, and your previous guest, Joe Bauman, is actually a very active Rotarian in the Birmingham Club. So
that does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, they're a great club. They do a lot of outreach, and all of our clubs do. So I'm an assistant governor for the district, and I work with 5 other clubs, not West Bloomfield, but 5 other clubs in our Rotary district, which is Oakland County, Washtenaw County, Livingston, Macomb, and then part of Kent County in Ontario. So we're at the district level, we're looking at ways that we can conduct, and then clubs that just have a natural affinity because of their area are working together to see what else that is available that we can all do to help the community, because that's really what Rotary is all about. Our motto is service above self, and what we want to do is serve our communities and serve the world.
Well, I appreciate you serving the world today by spending a moment and being with us. And I do have to say that when I talked to your husband, Jerry Hill, Dr. Jerry Hill, the superintendent of schools in West Bloomfield, and Pat Watson in Bloomfield Hills, and the other superintendents we've had on, I am so amazed at what's going on in our school districts, in our area. They have, most of our communities are bedroom communities, and they are the serious pillars of these communities that are standing up tall right now, making sure people are getting fed regardless of whether they're students in their district or not, getting people educated, getting computers out to folks that don't have them. I mean, and rolling all this out in such an amazing way that it's got to be heroic work going on in West Bloomfield that you're really close to, Bloomfield Hills, Walled Lake, all the other districts we've been talking to. It's just amazing. And is your husband getting any rest at all right now?
He's pretty busy. He's on a call right now, as a matter of fact. I don't know where he is, but somewhere else in the house. So the superintendents are meeting on a daily basis. He's meeting with his district leaders, and the West Bloomfield School District's collective efforts are impressive, I agree. They care a lot about the community. They care a lot about their students, and they're continually discussing what else they can do to help, not only from a learning standpoint, but a social, emotional standpoint, because that's obviously very critical as well.
And it's got to be a tough. Send them our regards. And I know it's got to be a very tough time right now. We expect tomorrow. I mean, the announcement hasn't been made unless it happened when I got on the air today. But we expect tomorrow that the governor is going to, tomorrow or the next day, say school's done for the year. Pretty much we know that's coming. There's been a lot of talk about that. It's going to be tough. It was tough to hear the president yesterday say 30 more days. It's going to be tough to get through April. We're losing too many of our neighbors and our friends. So, we're going to go through a very, very difficult week. And, I want to keep in touch with you, keep in touch with your husband, keep in touch with people. If you see anything going on, you're a great pillar in our communities, not just here in West Bloomfield, but across the area. And if there's anything that needs to be communicated, let us know. And let's just keep talking. We'll get through this, don't you think?
Great. I know we will. I think this is bringing out the best in people. And in some ways, this gives us an opportunity to rethink what's important and perhaps adjust our priorities a bit. So we'll make it. We will. And it's a great community. We're so pleased to be a part of it. And thank you for the opportunity to share a little bit about what we're doing at Rotary. And just a plug for Jerry, my husband, he is our current president of Rotary. So we have a great asset in him because one of our primary focuses is literacy and youth, children. So he's obviously in a position to help us extend the services and the good works that we want to.
And clearly he doesn't have enough to do with his time. So, all right, you two, you're so involved. Take care of your health too, please. Be careful. Just please take care of yourself. You're such valuable assets to our communities. We appreciate you being with us on the MegaCast today.
Well, and we appreciate you. Thank you for what you and your entire staff is doing. We really can't thank you enough for keeping the community connected. That's important too. So take care of your health, all of you as well.
We are doing the very best we can. Cynthia Hill, thank you very much for joining us today on the MegaCast.